Welcome to the Radiant Woman Unstoppable You interview series. So over the previous couple of weeks and the coming weeks, I'm featuring women from all around the world that are out there living and leading these soul-led missions to empower other women to live these radiant, happier, healthier, more abundant and more purpose-aligned lives. And that's what I'm all about. I'm all about helping multi-passionate, busy women to really holistically create this radiant physical, emotional, spiritual, and mental health, really transform their mindset and experience that clarity and confidence in their purpose. So in my 9th interview of the series, I'm joined by a very special guest, Sarah Payne, who is down on the South Coast in New South Wales, an engineer, Doterra Oil expert, and a PCOS coach. Sarah, welcome.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Yes, so happy to have you here. And I appreciate, look, I know we're all busy, so I'm trying to keep these little chats down to like 15, 20 minutes. In saying that, a couple of them have gone to the 30-minute mark, but I do have that intention up front because I appreciate everyone is busy. So I encourage you to grab a tea, a coffee, pen and paper, pop your phone on silent, minimize browsers, and allow yourself the time and space to be present and receive, whatever is coming through today. So, Sarah, that leads me into my first little question that I wanted to ask you. So tell me a little bit about what your current soul-led mission is at the moment.
My current soul-led mission is to empower women with PCOS to help connect them to natural methods to help manage their PCOS. Because I have been through this. I've been through many facets of trying to find what works, what fits. And I found some really amazing things that we can do for ourselves. And I want to help other people to do that too.
And I love that because, it's one of those things, as we know, PCOS is increasingly common for women. And I mean, obviously there's a time and a place for everything. So I'm not putting down orthodox medicine or anything, but quite often people do go down that route initially, which is fine. That's what, most people would do. However, as we know, most women that go down that path, they'll be told lose weight and go on the pill. And, that could be fine to an extent. Maybe losing weight can help, but often they're not told how to lose the weight. And then, with the pill, as we know, the pill can set you up for side effects. I mean, one of the side effects in some women, it can trigger hair loss or what do they call it, male pattern balding, which can be a picture with PCOS anyway. Yes. And then, there's also nutritional deficiencies that come with it. And of course, then if women want to get pregnant, then they have to go through the process of getting themselves off the pill and then try and work out and get the hormonal balance happening then. So it's great that you're doing this. And, so how did you come across this path?
Well, I discovered essential oils in 2018. And so it started with Clary Calm. It's a really beautiful blend that is perfect for anyone who needs help with periods, also menopause, but we're not talking about that today. And so that's the biggest facet for me. I was not ovulating on my own. And so starting with something simple like that can help restore your period and give you hormonal balance for a better life, really.
Yeah, that's amazing. It probably help with emotional balance and things too, because I guess, when there is that hormonal imbalance, it affects mood. And of course, there is that symptomatology there, whether it is the blood sugar dysregulation, whether it is excess hair growing when you're not wanting it, and all those other sort of cluster of, manifestations that accompany PCOS. And we know that there is different subtypes. There is some that there is more of an adrenal picture or more of a thyroid picture or more of the pancreatic kind of blood sugar dysregulation. But as you said, from the fertility perspective, it is huge because quite often women are told with PCOS, oh, well, you might not be able to fall pregnant and you'll have to go through IVF and you'll have to do this. And I remember a famous case, good old Victoria Beckham. I think she was told, oh, you won't have kids because she had PCOS. And hasn't she got 4 or 5 children? So, just shows you, don't always listen to what they say,
Exactly, yeah. I was also told that I may never have children, and now I have 2 beautiful boys.
Exactly. That's the thing. I know. So, and also I know something else you're passionate about, which I completely agree with you on this one, that whole low tox lifestyle.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about that. Like, how did that passion for living and sharing on how to lead and live a low tox lifestyle, how did that come about?
Well, in discovering essential oils, I realized I started to learn some things. I did a little chemical awareness course run by Chrissy Ballinger way back when, maybe 2018. And that really opened up my eyes to all of the crazy chemicals there are in everyday products that everybody uses in their homes. And that totally freaked me out. So I figured out that she also has a lovely book of heaps of recipes and a website. And so I started simple. The very first thing that I made was a deodorant. And that helped my body to not be overloaded, because there's a potential for aluminium to be in deodorants that you buy in the shop. And that really messes with your endocrine system.
And there's also the link potentially with Alzheimer's and things down the track too with aluminium. And people will say, oh, but it's a minuscule, I'm trying to say, amount. But it's like, yeah, but if you're using that every single day, sometimes multiple times a day for years on end, you can see that accumulative effect. So yeah, I know I don't make my own. I use a native one, but same thing. It's got it's got like baking soda and coconut and shea and things like that. It's like, don't go there. Just, that's one of the most, if nothing else you take away today, try and not use an aluminium containing deodorant, which is most of them on the market, unfortunately.
Yes. It's very scary. Yes.
And you also do other kind of DIY. You actually do classes too, don't you? Sometimes online or in person.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Haven't got any planned at the moment, but keep an eye out, and I'll plan some more. But I make also cleaning products, things for body care. Basically that. Can't think of any more at the moment, but there's a lot. Dishwashing liquid.
Yes. And I was going to say, didn't you use like shampoo and stuff too? Weren't you using more natural ones too, that you could almost then put a couple of essential oil drops or something into to help in terms of,
I keep changing what I'm using for my hair over the years, but at the moment I'm using shampoo bars.
Yes.
Someday it'd be nice to figure out a recipe to make my own, but I'm not there yet.
No, but as you said, it's great that you're already incorporating it into everyday things around the home. And, because you're right. I mean, there is so many toxins that women are in particular that we're popping on our skin every single day. We're oblivious to the compound effect it's having as well. And I mean, you're right. I mean, when you look at some of these, is it the Environmental Working Group? There's a few different sites and things in the US where you can actually see, what's more of a safer product. I mean, it doesn't list obviously everything, but it goes through quite a lot. But you're right, it's pretty scary when you look at the plastics and the chemicals and things. And as you said, they often are endocrine disruptors. So they're affecting the balance of our hormones. And as we know, I mean, I see women with hormonal imbalances at every age. It could be whether you're 16 and you're just starting to try and normalize a normal cycle, or whether, you're still in your 70s and still getting hot flushes and menopausal symptoms. So you're right, our whole lives we can be having these imbalanced symptoms, and there's things that we can do. We can take our power back. There's little tiny swaps that can make a huge difference.
Exactly. And the important thing to remember with DIY, don't try and do it all at once. Like, you're not going to be an expert in 2 seconds.
True.
And also there's a potential that you'll never be able to replace all of the products that you use with things that you make at home, just because otherwise you'll be in the kitchen making things every single day of your life.
That's true. And then you probably think, this is all too hard, let's not worry about it. So
it's easy to get to the overwhelm stage, so just give yourself a break.
Yes, exactly. And so just in terms of, so you said, Claricalm's great, that can help women with hormonal balance. So what other, I guess, essential oils are quite useful when it comes to some of the symptoms or concerns with PCOS?
So I find I've got balance here. Balance is good for calming the body and mind and helping you ground.
Perfect.
So basically things that there's essential oils that can help you with your sleep, because sleep's really important. There's
Awesome.
essential oils that can help you with your stress. Even Clary Calm and Balance can be used for that, but there's plenty of other options depending on what you like. Lavender comes to mind. If you also wild orange gives you a little bit of an uplift as well. Lemon, sometimes people use that for if you're feeling a little bit anxious. I quite like frankincense to calm my mind. It's really nice to inhale.
How
Yeah.
would inhale? Yeah, I was going to ask, how would you use that? So typically inhale
Yes.
it.
So
Yeah.
if you want to calm your mind, if you're doing anything with the mind, the quickest way to access that is to inhale the essential oil through your nose really deeply.
Yes, that's great. Yeah. And I mean, it's something when you were saying about how it can help with stress and sleep. I mean, I know I have like little concoctions that I've managed, I think you've made me up one, and it was to help with lowering cortisol. And there's other blends that are great to keep by the side of the bed. And as you said, whether it's one of the ones that you can actually rub on your pulse points and things like that, in the fractionated coconut oil or whatever, or whether, as you said, it is just inhaling it, it can really help. So, and also I was going to say, because often when there is a hormonal imbalance, there's a lot of emotional roller coaster kind of manifestations. So, and there's essential oils that help with that too, isn't there? With emotional balance.
Yeah. So the Clary Calm's for helping with your period, helping with your emotional needs. Pretty much, yeah.
Perfect. That's great. Yeah. And I know we were saying, a few years ago how we did a bit of a training, and we'll do that again if there's interest, but, how we sort of looked at various kind of, I guess, conditions and health concerns. And we looked at what essential oils you might be able to use, as well as then from my perspective in terms of herbs and nutritional standpoint. So that was quite interesting. We'll do that again, because it is good to be able to think, you know what, there's so many options. We don't always have to reach for a Panadol or reach for this. And, and as we said, time and a place, don't get me wrong, but when there's options that you're not going to get side effects in the same way, and they're quite easy and simple, and a little goes a really long way.
Yes, exactly.
They're
Yes.
very concentrated, very strong. So
It really is.
yeah. So tell me, have you got any, what you would say, I guess, success stories that you can share with me when it comes to, I guess, whether it's using essential oils from a hormonal standpoint or just in general?
Yeah. The best success story that I've got is for myself. Because I was diagnosed with PCOS in 2007, I spent 5 years to try and have our first baby. That was a massive emotional roller coaster. We had to go through the fertility treatment. That was pretty horrible. A bit of heartbreak, because you have hope and then it's crushed all over again. But we were successful in doing that. But then after I found essential oils, I started using them very religiously, and my cycle came back, and which was amazing. And that meant that my body could ovulate all on its own.
Yes.
And so we were actually waiting we'd already booked in to see a gynecologist, and thought, okay, well, maybe we have to go through the same rigmarole as last time. And we were waiting to start the treatment, and I discovered that I was already pregnant, so I didn't have to do it.
Which is amazing. And also you were that much older as well. Like you were what, 5 years, 6 years?
Yeah, 7 years older.
Wow. Yeah. So yeah, I know, isn't that amazing? So as we said, it's testament to the fact that, using essential oils and a low tox lifestyle and, all of this that you're incorporating and doing, it made a massive impact.
Yes.
So, and I know you said you use the oil sometimes even with the boys, don't you, in terms of helping?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I use it to help them sleep. My son gets sore legs because he's growing. He gets headaches, so I use it for that. Also to help him calm down, ready for sleep as well. Yeah, there's plenty of things. I've also made like baby balm for butts, and baby powder as well. So I'm helping both my kids as well.
Yeah, isn't that
Really
great?
good.
I know. And of course, then you can share that with family and with friends and things like that as well. Like, well, hey, I'm using this and it's working, and let me show
Yeah.
you how to do it, or, I'll do it up
Yeah.
for you, or yeah, no, it's great. So just tell me, so throughout this whole series, I've been asking my guests, was there a little process, technique, tool, or something that could walk our people through that you use? So it could be something, it could be as simple as breath work, or as complex as like a journaling prompt, series or something. Like what's something that you can share with us today that's helped you?
Okay. Probably the best thing to show you would be how to use Claricalm.
Yeah, great.
So it comes in a roller bottle that is not already diluted. So what I do is see, it's got a little roller thing on the
Oh
top.
yeah.
I roll it on my abdomen every day. You can also roll it underneath your ankles as well,
Oh yeah. So just
because
to cut you
they're
off, I was just going to say, when you said
yeah,
roll it on your abdomen area, do you do it near the ovary area, or like how?
underneath my belly button.
Okay, yes.
So just yeah, it's basically where the womb is and the ovaries. So
Perfect.
just try and think about where that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'd sort of do that, did you say every day or just certain parts of
Yeah,
the time?
every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so because it's not diluted, I also well, lately I've been using diluted frankincense and diluted myrrh,
Mm-hmm.
and then putting that onto my hands and
Mm.
then rubbing that over the top. So then it's diluting the Claricalm along with the other oils that are already diluted.
Wow.
But you can do it simpler than that and just use the coconut oil, fractionated coconut oil
Yeah.
over the top. It's
Mm.
so that it holds it on the skin and it penetrates into your body and goes where it needs to go.
Interesting. Yeah. And so you were saying near the ankle area too. So why
Yeah.
that area?
Because they're windows to the ovaries and the what do you call it?
Oh, like meridians or something, are they? They're meridian.
Yeah, they're meridians. The uterus and the
Yes.
ovaries. That's it.
Cool.
Yeah, that's why. That's why under the ankles.
Oh, excellent. Okay. Yeah. Oh, great. Thank you for that. Yeah. So, all right. No, well, thank you. I appreciate your time today. And as I said, I'm sure we'll do another future training where we look at lots of various conditions and see how we can use these various oils and foods and herbs and things like that. But is there one thing that you'd like to leave with our viewers today? Like just whether it's something on your heart that you'd like to share? What's something that's, on your heart?
Yeah, I am in the process of creating a very exciting Thriving with PCOS program. It's in the very infant stages at the moment, but keep an eye out. I'm aiming to launch in January.
Right.
I'm planning to have videos to watch, a Facebook group, a Thrive with PCOS starter pack, and coaching calls. So if this is something that interests you, please head to my website, essentially sarahpayne.com.au, and then click on the events tab. And then you can put in your expression of interest so that you can learn more about this exciting program.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you. And of course, I'll pop that in the description as well, so people have that website there that they can click through and see the events area. So, no, that's great. Thank you so much. Because it is one of those things, as we said, a lot of women, it's like they get these diagnoses and they're kind of like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Do I have to live this life where, I am on the pill and I have to just deal with these symptoms and there's no hope? And it's like, no, there is. There's so much you can do. Yes, there's things you can do with diet and, lifestyle. But as we know, and you touched on it too, it's like, even just things that help with calming the body and, helping to relieve you of the stress, that goes a long way in helping you with any kind of health condition.
Yes.
It really
So
does.
important.
So
Yes.
it really is, as you said, knowing that there is so much support out there for you. And this course sounds amazing. As we said, it's great for people wherever they're at in their PCOS journey, whether they're just starting out or whether they've been through the rigmarole, as you said, of going through IVF testing and it has, an IVF and it's been effective or not been effective. And So yeah, so excellent. All right, well, thank you so much for your time. And yeah, as I said, I'll pop that little link there for our viewers, and they can get in contact with you. And yeah, and of course, when you start doing your DIY classes again, which is yeah, people always love that too. So all right, well, thank you so much, and I'm sure we'll be in touch.
Thank you, Belinda.
Thank you.